All right, welcome back here. It is now time for Div 6 and 6D. 6D has already started their playoff run, which we'll get to, which was complete blowouts and boring football to watch on Wednesday. But
Tell
we
him,
can't.
Mo.
Wow.
Tell him.
Wow,
I can say it. It's the
True.
truth.
He left early.
Yeah, I did. I
Was he
did leave.
scorekeeping?
At 10:30, he's like, I'm done.
I'm done.
out. He
Yeah.
left.
And I did stats.
I had to do 2 games because Mo couldn't bear it anymore.
I
A
left.
reminder: registration opens April 1st. Please come back.
Come on, Div E.
Come back
Where you
with
should
better
be.
players.
Div F in particular. All right, let's dive into it, guys. Div 6, going the first game here. Channel 4 News Team against Stick and Movers. News Team won 31-12. Castell 4 TDs. Salzman with 2 TDs, 3 INTs. In your mind, Peeze, because I know this is your division of forte, your forte over here. Stick and Movers, do they have enough firepower to match up with Channel 4 News Team?
So I'm going to be coming out with my article of previews.
Yes, thank you very much. So we get the live,
So
fair
I'll
answers.
answer your questions as directly as possible, so it's not give away my article.
Before you answer that, Stick and Movers have only scored 30 points twice this year in the regular season.
Because their offense is
Remedial.
inelegant.
Okay.
Pragmatic.
That's very beautiful.
How about pragmatic?
You know, it's not beautiful. That's the problem. it's pragmatic in the same way as sometimes you need to run to the depender and get bread.
Okay, fair enough.
Their offense scores less often than Mo gets scores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was poorly
Hey,
delivered. But the
let's
joke
eat
was
some
there.
more eggs, okay?
Look how mad he is right
Go eat
now.
some more eggs.
Look how mad
Go
he
eat
is
some
right
more
now.
eggs. All right, carry on, Peasy.
Yes. What was the question?
Stick and Movers, can they match the firepower of Channel 4 News Team?
I think that the firepower from either of these teams is not particularly amazing. So
I mean, we answered that before. You just answered that.
Yeah.
You asked the same question. Good
But
job
I forgot-
listening.
No, but I didn't tie it together because I forgot what the question was.
okay.
Yeah, that's why he asked me the question.
I asked him to repeat this.
He asked me to ask the question of the question.
So yeah, like one of these teams unfortunately has to win the game.
Ooh,
But
that's not nice.
no, but it is what it is.
It's brutally honest.
And the thing is that I think both of them are good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So
Equals a guess.
it's. The thing is that it'll be a low scoring affair.
So how
I
good
disagree.
is this News Team defense number? They have 3 pick sixes here. Can they be the difference maker in this football
So
game?
the defense is sort of funky if you've never seen it before. So if you're a quarterback who can read what they're doing, it's easy to exploit them at what they're doing. But what happens is they take advantage of quarterbacks who don't do that and are not expecting the look that they give, and the quarterbacks just throw the ball to coverage because they're not reading the defense properly.
Can you throw them under the bus and tell us what they're doing?
I can. So do you want me to?
Yes.
Do I break down their defense?
Yes, I like that.
Okay, so they have one guy on the outside playing man, and then they have 2 guys playing short, and then offset they have their 2 safeties, like to one side playing deep. So you have one guy man, guy short, guy deep, guy short, guy deep.
Okay.
So if you just evacuate the guy playing across the field can never get to that side of the field on time. And that's what we saw in Marc-André Delaunay basically ate their defense until they switched to man.
That's interesting.
Vic in the Box Guardians. No meeting between the 2 teams. Vic in the Box 10-0. Will they fall to that 10-0 curse in the lower divisions?
Not with this game.
Not against Guardians. Last time they played against Guardians, there was not enough time to score all the
It
points.
says no meeting.
They did have a meeting. It was like 51-0. And
Who
Eagle
did the
picked up the score.
Who did the research on this?
Sorry,
thing?
I messed up. I messed up on one thing. This guy's. Hey, when's the script coming out?
Hey,
I told you last night when's gonna come out.
When that happens to me, you mock me for a straight year, reminiscing all the
I'll
comments
mock
that I
the next
get.
10 years on your
So let me
missteps,
tell
okay?
you, Mokan,
Snubbigeddon.
right here.
Snubbigeddon, right here.
It's never get it.
So okay, so for the Guardians, like their defense, they have not given up more than 20 points. Vic in the Box, their defense has not given up more than 20 points. So for the Guardians' perspective, is there any weakness that they can use to their advantage against this very
if
dangerous team?
Vic in a box has more than 4 possessions, Guardians will lose. So make sure every drive lasts 10 minutes.
So Kevin Marcel needs to be wherever Max Bira is. Like even when Max Bira goes home, he needs to be in his living room in the chair waiting creepily.
Or at least the front door.
No, he needs
inside his living room, Mokan.
It's simple. If Max Beer gets in his car, he needs to be in the passenger seat.
Yep.
Not in the back seat. He needs to be in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And if
like,
someone
what's
else is there, it doesn't matter.
He's
Sit
sitting
on
in
his lap.
Exactly. I got.
Their musical choices all be dependent on him.
Mm-hmm.
So if Guardians,
Yeah, he's got the Spotify hooked up on the other dude on Max Bira's Bluetooth.
let's just say Guardians scored 25 points.
Okay.
Are you giving them a fighting chance at that point?
They
A fighting chance, yes.
the thing is he won't. Kevin Marcel
that's
will
why
not
I
be
think
able to run.
Unless he has like a career game.
He won't be able to run, and that's even in the games where he's been best, he's scored once or twice on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be problematic.
That's interesting.
And
So what you're saying is he's gonna have to pass for 4, maybe 5 touchdowns to win.
Yeah.
And it's not something that he has done.
No.
Ever.
and the defense, their defense has been predictable.
Thinking of Oxford Guardians.
Guardians, they give the same look all the time. So if they can do something where they take away Max Brewer, especially on the posts, they can be competitive. And I think Kevin Marshall is one of the few defenders in the division who can do it.
Yes.
But then, like you need to commit to forcing Styles Trudeau to march the field.
I mean, it's the receiver of the year against DB of the year. It's interesting.
I mean, snub
A
again.
chess match.
Snub again. You were saying?
A chess match between the two guys.
I think it's going to come down to Mr. Number 2. If Max Brewer doesn't have 800 yards and 3 touchdowns, for instance, can someone else put up those numbers on
Craig
in the
Browning
box?
can.
Yeah, no, I'm not
But
saying
it's going to be so. Like you need to test.
It's not a real question.
You need to test Styles Trudeau's discipline, and that if you
Yeah.
take away Max Brewer, is he willing to look elsewhere all game?
Okay.
800 yards and 3
803 touchdowns.
That's a terrible ratio.
That's like
It's
20.
not efficient at all, but it's yeah.
The U and the potatoes. The U, if
The
they've
year
won,
of the
they've,
year of the potatoes.
they've won 4 of the last 5. Can the U's duplicate their past playoff success now? Are you going to buy into them? Put your money on these guys.
So
Listen, I'm buying the U, so sorry, potatoes.
okay.
That's my analysis.
So it's the most adaptive team against the most reactive team. It's too easy to know what the potatoes are doing pre-snap. So I think
It's the best
I
name.
think the U will have a good game against the potatoes.
It is the best name. The potatoes.
Yeah.
Like, really?
It describes them.
Like, if you were like a Division 2 or 3 team, it wouldn't work.
Does anyone know if anyone on the U is Irish by any chance? Because this would make for a really clever pun.
They wear green T-shirts.
And,
This is getting...
it's really getting off.
Who's getting off? What?
The potatoes.
Potatoes, obviously.
There's one dude on the potatoes though they got a mark at every turn. It's JJ Costantini. Essentially, he is a dragophile in that he loves drags.
Okay, I honestly thought dragons and like, wait, what now?
Not a dragon file, a dragophile.
Okay.
And so he it's the thing he's most effective at is underneath concepts. So if they find ways to disrupt that, the potatoes will not score a point.
Samuel Lamont, you look at him.
Yeah.
He's had okay numbers, but he's had 2 players with 7 TDs or more this year. How important would it be for the playmakers to really have beyond the means
He
production?
needs to be in a position where he doesn't have to throw the ball deep.
Right.
So when he's throwing deep, ideally he's throwing deep to the sidelines where it's a safe ball, where it's out of bounds or to his receiver. Otherwise, he needs to find creative ways to open up underneath in the intermediate routes.
See, not that I disagree with you, but I think the way to beat the U this season is to have one guy have like a game. Like, you need to have one receiver to have a monstrous game. You need to have one guy 12 catches, 150 yards, 4 touchdowns.
But see, like that's the thing is, I think JJ Costantini is that guy.
You need to
Because
find
he's remarkably quick.
You need to find one guy that's going to take it off and the U can't cover. And their defense is very good as a whole, but they don't have this one dominant defensive player to take away your number one guy. So you need the number one guy that's going to be able to win the game by himself.
And the thing is, again, the U is going to continuously change with their showing Samuel Lamoth, and I think he's going to struggle with that.
Yes, I'm picking the U here, but I think
It's not picking it.
No. At the end.
Next.
Pension
The U is winning.
Okay, here's a good game. Pension Pan Blitz Bays. The
Vince
plan.
Pisano very upset not being chosen quarterback of the year.
That's
Snub
on
again.
Dash.
Snub again. Snub again.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Pension Plan
But
21-19 victors. Pisano had 3 TDs. Gottlieb had 3 TDs himself. How close? I watched this game. It was in Lachine. I remember back in January. Will this game come down to extra points, given how they're almost evenly matched between the two teams?
No. There's no way Pension Plan puts up less than 35 points.
Yes
I don't
and
think
no.
Blitzbay is going to be able to keep up with Mokon's words firepower.
So it's how well Vince Pisano calls an offense against man defense.
But I think he knows now.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. Is he knows what to expect now. He's been playing this whole season. He's seen different coverages. I feel like at this point in the season, I think they have one of the most explosive offense, the pension plan, and I don't think Blitzbabe's going to be able to keep up with, unless
I
the
think
surprise
the
make a few
bigger
stops,
issue
you know?
is pension plan pretty much declare what they're doing on defense, and I think Matt Gottlieb's an experience will.
But he's only a 48% passer this year.
But that's why he's going to struggle. Essentially what he wants to do is buy time and throw the ball deep, and that's not the way to beat pension plan.
But the thing with the pension plan, they only produce 6 sacks from the rusher's position. Could that be their downfall if they can't get any pressure on a quarterback?
That's not a lot. 6 is very low.
But that's the thing. You have a terrible passer, 40%, in Gottlieb, and you have 6 sacks.
48, so almost 50. So not that
even close to
terrible.
50. But
Mokan, it's
below
twice
50,
your number.
right? So it depends how you say it.
yeah,
I mean, it's twice most numbers. So
but
there's that.
at the end of the day, though, who do you trust more in this situation? Can the pass rush be a difference maker against Matt Gottlieb?
I don't think so. I think Blitzbabe's hopes is to make this a high scoring affair and to have the last possession. This is not what they do best. It's not their strong suit, but I feel like this is, if they want to upset, this is how they have to upset.
Peeze, your thoughts?
So they have better athletes than pension plan overall.
Except one guy.
Anthony
Snapper,
Seja?
though.
What?
Junior Sparrow?
Well, I know. I'm saying Blitzbabe's have better athletes.
Oh man!
Although
Peeze, you mind talking Junior Sparrow for the segment with them breaking down, with you breaking down this team?
Sure. I don't
Go ahead, answer in Junior Sparrow talk.
I can't. He's too nice a guy.
Okay.
Give me a jerk, and I'll impersonate the jerk.
Okay, no problem. Carry on though with your answer.
Then, so the thing is that Junior Sparrow, by the way, is a phenomenal athlete.
Mhm.
You're being fat biased.
No.
Or big
No,
biased.
I'm saying the.
I'm a fat
No,
guy.
I'm saying nobody could cover him.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're saying, oh, Blitzbabe have the
You
better
said except
athletes.
one guy? Oh, okay.
I'm
I
saying
understand what
no. There's one guy that can cover, and it's Junior Sparrow.
I mean, yeah.
So even if you have the better athletes, you could go to Junior Sparrow 3 times out of 4 plays, and you're gonna get 3 completions.
Over the
Yeah.
middle.
What are you gonna do? How do you cover him?
So what you do is you play a defense where the guy covering Junior drops deep, and then someone else shoots underneath Junior's route.
But
And you're trying to time the interception.
and if you place the ball well,
It's not defendable. I know. You're hoping for a
the,
mistake.
the only reason they don't win every game is because they don't throw Junior Sparrow 35 times.
Seriously, he should have 90 catches.
Because
he should be the Jarvis Landry of Division
I mean,
6.
it's very
PPR.
boring for the team, so that's maybe why they don't want to do it. But it could work.
I'm just saying, he's a better athlete you give him credit for. You should go apologize to Junior Sparrow.
Yeah,
I just said he's
he doesn't live
uncoverable.
far from here, by the way. You can go
I know.
visit him afterwards.
I
Go
just
to
said
his
he's
house.
uncoverable.
Yeah.
What else do you want from me?
An
Bruins,
apology.
Bruins
For
Los
what?
Banditos. Bruins won 28-14. Gab Wiseman with 4 TDs. Derosha with 4 TDs. Passes
I was there for
himself.
that game. I score kept that game.
It's very,
It was.
very
It was.
sharp memory verse.
Thank you. It was. Los Banditos' offense didn't play well. Their defense is good, but they had one of those off games, and Bruins find ways to exploit teams when they're not aggressive.
All right, you
enough.
talk about bad games, right? So if Gab Wiseman has a bad game,
It's
is
over.
there? You say it's over, but is there anyone that could step up then? If
It's
the-
tough when it's your quarterback, though, because like, if he's
Yeah.
throwing balls into the dirt,
Or into other people's hands.
mm-hmm.
Like if you're throwing interceptions.
I mean, you're always throwing to other people's hands. That's a
well,
quarterback
that's what he always
works
does,
on.
man.
But
I'm not very
throwing
good
to
with
other
this language.
teams' hands, that's an issue.
He loves hands.
Simo hasn't learned that part of the job yet.
He's like, what? It's a complete pass.
What do you mean wrong team?
You know what? I'm curious though, Simon Dajer. If we did like a total number of completions he's had to both teams, he'd be up there with Simon White.
I'm sure there are games where Simo has 100% completion percentage,
Yeah.
but he's lost the game because 4 of them went to the other team.
For pick sixes. I score a lot.
You score a lot both ways.
Both end zones. Anyways, I still no. Gab Wiseman needs to be consistent. He doesn't need to be a hero every game. He plays both ways. We all know how good of a defender he is. As a quarterback, he needs to be good enough. He doesn't need to be perfect. He just needs to get the job done and rely on his guys to do the rest. Like a lot of guys on Bruins are fast and they're deceptive and they're able to make plays. But they need to have the opportunity to do it.
Francis Delache, find Vincent Benjamin every play.
Is he the key though?
Yes.
Is he? But is he the key on every single play? There can't
If
be a
there
supporting
wasn't,
cast
if
member.
there
to come
was
up.
an MVP in FPF, he's a good chance
Who's-
he wins it for Banditos because he changes the game for him. He is the best. He's the new guy. Like every season, there's a new guy that emerges. Like this guy's pretty good. This season's this guy's pretty good. Is Vincent Benjamin?
Who's number 87 on Banditos?
I don't know.
Don't you have it? Don't you have it open in front of you?
I have a game sheet in front of me, so
Okay,
no.
I'll look it up for you because I'm faster than you.
In that case,
Everyone's faster than me. Vincent Benjamin is 87.
That's funny.
So in that case,
Did you
No,
guys just agree by not
No,
agreeing?
but I was about to say when I score kept the game, number 87 was unstoppable.
So maybe that would have given you a hint. That
But I don't. Oh no, it could have been someone else.
so in that case, when we look at Los Banditos, we know Gab
could
Wiseman
have.
doubles as a pass rusher here.
You don't know.
Should they, as Peeze regains his emotions here, should Los Banditos tire out Gab Wiseman with long
I don't
drives?
think he's going to rush. I think Antoine Haynes going to rush.
I think he might rush like on third down.
Yeah, he might rush.
That's what they usually do. Is he rushes sometimes.
Because Antoine Haynes very fast. He's just not as experienced as Gab Wiseman. And Gab
They're
Wiseman,
different rushers.
And also, Gab Wiseman, nobody thinks he's fast. He's like, it's like when horses do equestrian, they're still horses. Like, just because they're not in the race doesn't mean they're not gifted beings.
It's true. No, the thing is, if François Desrochers is
I
able
took
to
some
run
Perc-
a lot,
Perc- Percocet.
if he's not stuck in the pocket, he's able to move around, even rush at times. That's when those Banditos offense becomes very dangerous.
Yeah.
If he's stuck in the pocket and he
Mhm.
can't move because the rusher contains him well, that's when their offense struggles and they can't put up a lot of points.
Hmm.
So, yes, Gab Wiseman is the rusher to do that against them, but if he does that all game, he might not have the energy to play QB successfully for 60 minutes.
Flying Flamingos, the pack. No meeting between the two teams. Steven Harry Prasad, you look at him right now. How can he bet against a quarterback that has been awesome the last few seasons in FPF? You're high on him.
Yeah, he's. I've known him from before.
You
So
love him.
I do.
You don't like people.
I mean,
you
look,
love him.
Because again, I'm incapable of like. I can only love.
You love or
Um,
hate, and he's in the love compartment.
Yeah, he is. He's a sexy genie. You know what I mean? Like he just makes the magic happen.
I
out
like
there.
that.
I know.
Sexy genie.
He should have in his jersey, sexy genie.
That's an amazing nickname.
I know, right?
It's
I
up
would-
there with like Jesus.
It's up there. It's up there. But so like the thing is he's a great play caller and he's good at executing the plays that he calls and attacking at different levels. He's a quarterback built for FPF, and he's in a division that's far too low for his ability, in my opinion. He's just too good to be.
So it's child's play for him then.
Yeah.
So in that case, though,
Like what's an easy child's game? Like Candyland.
Connect
Yeah.
4.
What?
Connect 4.
Connect 4. Hey, yo, Chapman's Rain Man at Connect 4. If you think you're winning a game against Chapman at Connect 4, you will lose $100.
Does he go
I
first
know.
every time?
I don't know. But I just know I lost $100 in a weekend.
Because if you go first in Connect 4, there's no way you should lose.
Were you drunk?
Well, all of us were something.
I mean, why would you play Connect 4 otherwise?
Well, I mean, it was a rainy day. We had to park the Punton.
You don't have better games than Connect 4.
Listen, man.
so connect this then. Can you
Nice
find
try,
a
Makan.
weakness on the Flamingos roster not named Brent Bakken?
Brent Bakken.
I don't think it's about weakness.
But is there a weakness in the team concept then,
Yes.
schematically?
You know what they're gonna do on defense because the same guys drop.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, basically the key is Brad Evans, and if you know where he's gonna be, you know, because he plays in the middle of the field, you know what the concept is.
That's interesting.
So the thing is, they still have amazing athletes who can still recover. So you need to be on your game.
Okay.
But like it'll take 6 touchdowns to beat them. Like if you go score for score, if somebody's able to put up points on them, they can lose.
They're not invincible, but they're very good.
I would argue their offense is also pretty predictable, but it's just hard to stop.
Yeah, they just
Like, you
the
need-
speed
you-
and the size.
Exactly. You need to play a very particular type of defense to take it away, but if you do, Harpersad's going to struggle at that point because he's very
My-
comfortable with his timing windows. You disrupt those windows, and it's a different game.
But it's,
My
it's
God,
It's
Eagle.
hard to do it. That's the problem.
Eagle, are you working on your triceps, man?
Yes.
I can see the definition of the triceps, Eagle. Good stuff, man.
He's been spending a lot of time on the couch by himself where
Yeah,
he gets to work on
eating
his biceps
the eggs.
and forearms.
Yeah. Like you take away Andrew April from this
Sugar
pack.
goes straight to my muscles.
Yeah, Andrew April in this officer of the pack. You take him out, is a game over for the pack if they can't find anyone else.
No, I think they have enough depth to overcome. But the thing with the pack is they have good weeks and terrible weeks. Is this going to be a good one or a bad one?
I'm mad at the pack because
Yeah, okay, Peeze.
yeah, no, like it's a like
Come on.
Daniel Krebs. How are you not there for the game against Guardians, bro? I needed you, but I think that this is not going to go well for them. I mean, read my article when I talk about the underdogs and how the underdogs can beat the favorites.
Yes.
But I don't think it'll be enough.
P squad clinkers. The squad won 1913. Feinberg with 3 TDs, 3 INTs. Our boy Delonier.
By the way, how is he not quarterback of the year? How's he not an all-star?
Do you want to
Was
go?
it-
2
Snubbageddon.
TDs, 2 INTs.
Snubbageddon,
Do you
man.
want to go over this?
Snubbageddon.
You want to break this down?
And not really. Let's
So-
just make fun of him instead.
Okay.
So for the P squad, Andrew Knopp and his 24 sacks, is he the key to this?
Oh
success?
yeah. So one of the worst games Marc-André Deloney's played was against Andrew Knopp.
I mean, the guy's tall, man.
He's very tall.
You play quarterback.
Yeah, I do play quarterback.
Mokan tried.
I'm also
Still,
sorry.
but for Knopp though, right?
No. But my point is, Mokan,
Yes.
because I had a point before you cut me off. You tried to play quarterback.
Tell
But
him, Simon.
When you're playing against a tall
Preach,
rusher,
Simon.
when you
Preach,
play
Simon.
against a tall rusher, it's very difficult as a quarterback. You're not used to it because there's only a handful of tall rushers in this league. So you're used to being able to throw over their heads or in the middle, but they take that away completely. So you lose, I'd say, like 25% of the field just because Andrew Knopp is a giant.
But so what's funny about that is Simo is the one who interrupted himself in the first place.
I like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Marc-André Deloney is going to go in with a game plan because he's seen it before.
He's played against them before. though.
So that helps, but it's so hard, especially with how Deloney plays and the use of floods. It's difficult.
Well, like in 8 of the 10 games he played, he threw an INT. I think he had multiple INT
that's
games.
fine.
I think 6 of those games.
See, so like there's a volatility game where if at one point you're scoring enough, the interception, like an interception, doesn't hurt you as much.
Mhm.
So,
But that's truer in the regular season. But in the playoffs,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
one turnover could kill you completely. And this is why
I guess, but like if you're a quarterback and you threw 6 touchdowns and you threw one interception and the other team scored 7 touchdowns, that loss is not on you.
it depends when the interception occurred.
I guess, but
Is-
still,
if it's the
you
last
scored-
drive and you're down by 3 and you throw an interception in the red zone, a stupid ball, potentially.
I guess,
But
I
yes,
mean,
if it's in the first half, you
the
should be able to
volume
recover.
in the volume game, you're scoring enough where you should win the game.
Yeah,
So
but I don't think this is going to be one of those games.
I also don't think so.
So yes, I do think that one interception could kill one of the two teams,
Right?
and this is why. This is one of the reasons why Marc-André Delorier needs. There's a lot of things for him to learn, and his style of play tends to create opportunities for defenses to make interceptions and make plays, and that's why his style of play is so dangerous in playoffs.
Shane Feinberg has gotten so much better since from the beginning of the season to
Yep.
now, practice squad. So he's a guy who may have a huge playoff run where we're like, he wasn't even that amazing in the regular season, but like it's his first season FPF. So he
Everybody
learned.
learns, but they're both.
But he learned so fast. Like it's truly, truly impressive.
2 flags, 1 cup against Tough Lungs. Flags won 1918.
Demonstrated team.
Zach Jonio, 3 TDs, 2 INTs. Matt Lerner, 3 TDs. Who's the better quarterback? Is Zach Jonio or Matt Lerner in this matchup?
Zach
Zach
Jonio.
Jonio. By a large margin. It's the quarterbacking is not the strength for his tough lungs.
Well, both as passers are similar. The difference is Jacques
What's an
Jonio-
ass passer?
I'll show you later.
Turn off his mic, please. 2 minutes.
You buy me dinner?
It's a very fun game. Similar passers, but I try to say it differently. But Zach Jonio has the ability. First of all, he's a very, very fast, quick runner, and he has the ability to not be contained by any rusher.
The amount of words you say that are close to ass is incredible.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like you're trying to get
And
there.
the
Yeah.
best part about this, because I can see who the viewers are, this is right when Rob tuned in, by the way.
He's like, beep
Fired.
me. What's Simon talking
What
about?
is this,
Beep passer over here. You know what is this over here?
Hi, Rob.
We're not censored.
Okay, tough defense though, right? You look at Tough Lungs. They
You
are
missed it. Be better.
Tough Lungs have a very tough defense here. Can they make this a low-scoring game here and put the onus on Jonio to win it? Because Jonio's had some okay games.
I gotta
He's
read
had
it. Duke wrote in ass passer, the use of an ass in a sexual way.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Often from one person to the next.
that's
Yes.
a bit too easy, Duke. Be better.
Come on.
Be
Step it
like
up.
be more like Eagle.
that no one ever.
The worst.
Please give us a message after the beep.
I think if it's low scoring, it actually favors Two Flags One Cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes, it is.
Because
Because of Two Flags One Cup's defense is better than they've gotten credit for. Like Zach Jonio's very impressive, but I think he would even admit that he's getting some of the credit as a passer for
Mhm.
work his defense has done to give him short fields and
Okay.
so on. So I think what it allows for is Zach Jonio to not have to be perfect, and that I think will help Two Flags One Cup.
6D. Recap the games here. Snooze fest. Terrible. Blowouts.
So I wrote a whole
I was
article.
down
I
by
wrote a whole
10:30.
article about the underdogs and the things they can do to win the game, and 0 underdogs won. 0.
That was bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4th and 20 looked like 4th and like 85.
there was there.
They were
fucking-
bad.
The first game I had was a raw sauce against the raw
Green
sauce
Machine.
against Green Monster game.
Green Monsters.
I was gonna say that's the game where François Martin, Nick Bello, and Marc-André Delier had that game as potentially the closest upset, and within 6 points, pretty much one score. So that one could have been the difference maker.
Yeah, so raw sauce Green Monster was a good game overall until about 5 minutes left. So Green Monster raw sauce was a low scoring game. Both quarterbacks were very efficient. The game was very slow paced, and it was 12-12. Green Monster drove the field in the second half, scored. They went up 18-12, and I turned around to Marc-André Delaunay, who was next to me. I said, as they scored, I said, somebody's going to win 19-18. And when they missed the PAT, I said, oh, they might lose 19-18 now instead of winning 19-18. And on the following drive, with 6 minutes left, there's 6 minutes left. You're down by 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
You got plenty of time. There's no reason to rush it. You got as much time as you need to score. 2 plays later, you threw a pick six. So now you're down by 2 scores. The game's still not over because there's still 5 minutes in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But their drive took 5 minutes. They gave the other team.
You made that
5
point to
plays.
me. Yeah, you made that point to me in that football game.
Like you're down by 2 scores. The game's not over. You still have a chance, but you need to hurry it up. And they're taking these 35-40 seconds huddles, and they're slowing it down as usual. And they ended up scoring with 5 plays left. So the other team
So one thing I don't understand, I see this a lot in Div 6 from one of the divisions, is look, when you're down, as guys come back to the huddle, start giving them routes. Don't wait for everyone to get in the huddle to
But
to
they
get
started
routes.
hurrying it up when the referees told them 1 minute left.
Oh, that's
Yes, GM.
Your brother would like to know if that's the only shirt you own. Except I've never seen that you wear that shirt
Yeah, it's
before.
first
I was
time.
going to say, I've never worn it on the podcast before.
Look, I saw the Ball So Hard game against Black Sox. I was disappointed in the Black Sox. They did not come out to play. Ball
Mike
So Hard
Adonna
you.
texted me at like midnight on Friday, and he's we're short anyway,
At some
whatever
point.
day. I'm on a lot of Percocet. So he said, Anthony's playing quarterback. Anthony Adonna.
Yep.
And we're winning this game.
Yeah,
All right, man, I
that
hope
wasn't
so.
the case.
That's
That
what
was not the
that's
case.
what happened. But the latter part was not true.
My God,
Yeah, so Anthony
Mangi-
Adonna did play
Hey,
quarterback.
Did they score?
They did score, unfortunately. Down Mangione had 4 sacks. He killed. He
Oh
killed
yeah,
Don.
Dominic took that game over.
He dominated the
by
game.
himself.
He killed him. It was over. It was
He was
not-
screaming at the defenders to do things.
Yeah.
Up 25 points.
Yeah, get to the first down line, guys. It's 4th and
Are
like
you-
85.
I mean,
Get to the first down
are you
line, guys.
surprised that Balso Hard were screaming up 25
Yeah, but
points?
Joseph Buffoni, right, was
Joe Buff.
perfect. Yeah, the Buff was perfect.
Oh man, he played well.
He
Yeah.
played very well. He was perfect until I think midway through the second half when I think like 2 of his
When he
guys
had
dropped
his
balls.
interception,
He threw 90 late.
he
in
threw
the
a
game.
stupid interception,
Yeah.
and then Dan Lazar was next to me.
Boy,
Dan
you're
turns like,
serious.
"What are you doing?"
What are
I
you
turned
doing?
like-
You're serious.
And I turned around, I was like, "But they're up 32-6. Does
Nah,
it matter?"
it doesn't matter, Simon. It doesn't matter.
And Dan's like, "Yes, it does. You're the only one who doesn't care when he throws an interception."
Yes, you go.
Can we do a quick shout out to Black Sox for going from having an awful fall season to making playoffs in their first winter season? I mean, that's a huge improvement. Just
And honestly,
yeah.
I
Thank you,
think
Clap, guys. Clap it up, guys. Let's go. Clap it up. GM, clap it up. Let's go. Simon, let's go.
so, okay.
What's going on?
Uh,
I'm confused.
I do think that if Black Sox had Matthew Tsutsoulias and Anthony Adonna playing as receiver, I think that would have been a better version
Yes.
of the team.
Yes, if they would have,
Because they then have the best receiver in the division.
but that's also the way they've been playing all season, right?
However, Ball So Hard You was motivated. I thought they were chirping at me, but they're chirping at our boy Delaunay because he had picked Black Sox to win.
Oh, I like that.
So they kept on saying 21-19. They go, 21-19? You guys are up by 20. What are you talking about? And they kept on chirping that scoreline. I'm like, guys, did I have the scoreboard? No. Delonia, he picked against us. 21-19. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All good. All
No,
good.
but Bosso Hard played really well all around, and Black Sox did not.
All right, let's preview the games then, boys. Sick Bick against Broke Boys. We look at these two teams here. Bick won the game 39-20. Fergenbaum had 5 TDs. Cam Wilson, 3 TDs, 2 INTs. Broke Boys, sound defense. Can they stop a potent Sick Bick offense with their defense style?
Can they take away? Are they fast enough to take away Sigbic? Because that's what it is.
Benji Ziegler specifically.
Not just Benji.
I know, but
Well,
he's-
Rabinovich and Ziegler have combined for 24 touchdowns.
But that's what, like,
right?
I score kept their game last night, Sigbic, and Benji is a very good receiver. He's open most of the time, but when they have the full field, he is not the primary target. Everybody is, and they'll go to any guy at any moment that they feel they could just win a 40 bomb with, and they kept doing it because it works for them.
So I'll ask Peeze this question then. You have Ziegler and Rabinovich who combined for 24 touchdowns. Matt Campbell, Ev Young, 24 touchdowns total. Who was the better tag team duo?
Repeat your question.
Ziegler, Rabinovich, or Campbell or Young?
Give me Ziegler and Rabinovich. Just the two of them, their ability to stretch the field. And, like, there's an excitedness when they play that when the ball's in the air, like, they're hyped to go up and get it. You know what I mean? So,
That's Benji's strongest suit. Every time the ball was in the air,
yeah.
he would box out the defender. He would make a play on that ball.
And, like,
every time.
the ball doesn't even need to be thrown perfectly. It needs to be thrown in a
Within
6
range.
foot radius around him in each direction.
But it also feels like he told his quarterback, just throw it up before I
I'll
get
go
there,
it. Yeah.
and I'll get there and I'll box him out. But don't wait for me to get there because otherwise it's too late.
Yeah.
So he runs his route knowing that the ball's going to be at a certain point, and the DB doesn't really know because he's not looking at the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then he kind of makes a play easily because he knows where it's going, but he doesn't.
Well, it's the hardest thing with playing corner, right? Like,
Exactly.
The receiver knows where he's going, but the corner doesn't.
Yeah, but for the boys, though, as you said before, they have a very good defense. So do you think this duo of Ziegler...
Well, that wasn't your question, though. I think that they're the better duo, but I also think...
Can they do this against this defense, though?
No.
Yes.
You
I
say
think so.
yes, you say no. Why yes?
Because it's not just a duo anymore. They have a few guys that could stretch the field for them, and that's what makes Sick such a good offense.
All right, Peeze, you say no. Why?
The physical nature of Broke Boys defense, I think that it's been a little understated throughout the season. So when you see what they have, when you see a guy like Evan Young, you see a guy like Matthew Campbell, like you talked about, you see Zachary Young. These are big guys, and they're good at positioning. And I think Sleep will struggle with that, just like we struggle with having a clock on the wall.
Yes,
and
about to fall off.
And nobody moved. Like,
Yeah.
both their producers
no,
are just
Eagle
like,
saw.
whatever.
He's sorry. GM saw. He's like, I'll wait for Eagle to do it.
Both their
I'm-
producers
I'm
are like, not my
comfortable.
job. I'm not paid for this.
Replacement Quackers.
It's going to be a good game.
21-12 last time they played each other. Quackers won that game. Scalzo with 3 TDs. Tioli with 2 TDs, 2 INTs. How good is this Quackers defense? I watched them play briefly last night.
They played really well yesterday.
I think that it
They
will
did.
not be a close game.
This
I
is going to be a
think
blowout.
Because
I think the replacements record is overblown. They're a team that struggled to score a lot of the season, and the Quackers are a team that's improved week after week.
their snapper is really good, man.
Sorry,
Their snapper,
Yeah.
he's not just really good, his size is...
so that's the thing is Quackers are fast and big. They just have both things covered. So they're likely bigger than you. They're likely faster than you. And how are you going to handle that on offense? And I don't think replacements. Although great game from the quarterback whose name Frank Teoli Colatrella.
Colatrelli, yeah.
Yeah, he
42% passer, though.
I know, but like this past week on Wednesday,
Yeah.
awesome game. So look, he's showing us something, but I think Quackers would just be a bad matchup for him.
So who's the X factor then for replacements? If they're going to pull off the miracle at Hebert next Monday, who can be
Well,
that
I wouldn't say it's a
difference?
miracle.
But
I would.
but you think, but
Okay.
Peasy thinks it's going to be a complete wash. It's going to be a drilling upon drilling of drilling.
There's one thing that I saw that I really liked about Quackers is in their game yesterday, the other team started getting in their face and saying stupid things, and You know when people are not just trash talking anymore, and it's getting a bit more than that. Quackers kept their cool, and there's a few guys from the bench who told them it's not worth it, stop. And the two guys that were sort of, I wouldn't say instigators, but they were involved. Were kind of pushed aside from their own teammates and realizing don't do anything stupid. Like don't say something stupid. Don't get an OC. Don't get a UI, whatever. And that's one of the things that we don't see enough in FPF, where your teammates sort of pull you back and say, "This is not worth it."
To answer your question, well, Jason Comtois,
Yeah.
he's really good at catching the ball in tight windows, and every catch in this game will be contested by Quackers.
Yes, Eagle, you're about to say something on air.
I lost the mini egg.
Thank you.
Excellent contribution from
Thank you
Eagle.
for
Eagle,
your
last summer, sorry, Simo, last summer you were on that, what was that vibe you were walking around trying to find, what was it?
You talking about Pokemon Go?
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
This is mini eggs.
Yeah, that's like your mini eggs right now, Pokemon Go.
It's actually on right now.
It's right here.
Oh, is it really?
Are you the only one still playing?
No.
Probably.
I'm convinced nobody's.
He and like 20 other nerds.
Everyone's moved on to Fortnite.
No,
You're
but
still on.
him-
I'm on Fortnite too, by the way.
Him and like
Winner,
his
winner,
two,
chicken dinner.
him and his two roommates still live.
Green Monster, Balsahard University. Monster won 1913. D'Souza 3 TDs, 1 INT. Buffoni 2 TDs. Can Dom Maggioni carry over his success of the 4-sack performance into this game and really be a difference maker?
Yes.
I don't know if he'll be the difference maker specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw Jason D'Souza play yesterday against a good rusher. He's going to struggle a lot, and that's what Dominic Mangione is.
Well, and the thing is,
And also size-wise, like they're possibly the same height.
okay.
And if a rusher is the same height as you, it's problematic.
I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. Most rushers are my height or taller. So, the thing is with Balsahard U and Green Monster, like Green Monster beat them in the season. Yes, it was a tight game. I don't think they're going to beat them twice in the season. I think this is where we see the offense from Green Monster falter. And look, I might be entirely wrong, but I can't see a team who scores as infrequently as they do on offense be a truly a true threat.
So is Patrick Jason better as a pass rusher or falling into coverage? I know he won the award yesterday officially.
Mr. Everything, Patrick Jason.
Yes.
So what does he do? Are you going to use him in that role of being a hybrid, or say, you know what, you're going to be a secondary player and try to take away the pass?
No, he's the hybrid. They're going to use him every now and then as a rusher, but he's mostly a defender. And I believe that's what he's been doing this season. Even yesterday, he played, I would say, 75% of the snaps as a DB and rushed for 25% of the snaps and got a sack.
I'm telling you, there's something underrated about mixing in different rushers, and
Yep.
it allows a guy like Patrick Jason, who's already an excellent rusher, to have a huge impact because it changes the timing for the quarterback.
100%.
So who has a better game, D'Souza or Buffoni in this matchup?
Give me Joe Buff.
Joe Buff.
Joe Buffoni, man.
Yeah, he's,
Okay,
kinda-
I thought
he's my answer.
I thought you said Joe Buff question mark.
No, he's my answer.
I was like,
Joe
I've been
Buff.
saying this for 14 weeks.
He's gonna have the better game.
All right.
AF1 Sunday Touch Boys. AF1 won that game 38-27. Is there any weakness within the AF1 team? Like, can you find anything that perhaps Touch Boys can use to their advantage?
Maybe size. Sunday Touch Boys have tall players.
But there's some tall guys on.
Yeah,
Air Force
but
One too.
there's some very tall Touch Boys.
I would say Simon Blaise deep ball floats a little. So you can take that away, and so he's been really disciplined all season long. But if you can score and take away the deep ball and put pressure on him to have to drive the field, see how he reacts.
But
Is that your only possible outcome? Is
Yes.
that okay?
but can
Simon
David
Blaise, it's either Air Force One wins or Simon Blaise loses the game.
so can David Raldi match pass for pass with Blay?
No.
So what's the game plan for STB then?
I just said it.
Yeah, he literally just said
I know, but is there a more precise thing for them to do on offense though?
offensively.
On offense, hold the ball as long as possible.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
What I noticed yesterday when I kept signing Touch Boys is what was successful for them is at times they would hit that 40 bomb. They would try it, and it sort of surprised me and the defense at the same time, where they've been hitting these slants and hooks and stuff, and then there's just 140 bomb out of nowhere, and if it works, then you just blew the top off the defense, and then the next drive they have to respect that, and it could open the field for you.
But there's
Well, so
ST
so that's not bad though, because if we're saying we got to put pressure on Simon Blais, then that's the way to do it.
Hit that 40 bomb.
Yes, GM.
We have right in from Marc-Andre.
Oh, he's taking a break from his Tuesday
David
prep. Yes.
Roaldi protects the ball so well.
Okay, so in that case, the STP receivers, though, is there anyone that is you're worried about, Peeze?
So
Worried about
Does anyone pose a threat to AF1?
So Sunday Touch Boys, what I like about them is how well they're built. Demi Jean-Jacques is a good receiver who's a little underused throughout the season, but a guy like Mark Bellini, a guy like Enzo Bellini, the guys who just work well within the system. And the thing is, every time I've seen them play, it's not been necessarily a guy or two. Like, they may take a shot, but like Simo said, they'll still attack with slants, with hooks, with high percentage plays, and really they have 5 guys across the board who can do that, which is why I liked them early on in the season, and it took a while for it to work, but they've gotten better and better just because of that.
Also not related to Div 6, but to 35 plus, because I know Lonnie Johnson on Dagwoods and Enzo also plays on Dagwoods. He has the best nickname on that team. They call him Endzone.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that a lot.
I think Mark Bellini is potentially their best receiver. From what I noticed yesterday, he was really good yesterday. But he doesn't get used that much. He's not going to get 15 targets. Even if he's having a
But it's kind of,
dangerous
but
game.
it's also the strength of the team
Yes.
where anyone could do damage at any time.
But that's their strongest point. Is even the best guy doesn't need to get that many targets for them to win.
Yeah.
It is now time for...
A recap of all the games that are going to happen this week.
That's correct.
A
Games of
preview.
the week.
Channel 4 News Team against Stick and Movers.
News team.
I will likely change my picks for the article, but give me Stick and Movers.
By likely, you mean you already came up with these picks?
No, I will.
and-
I've forgotten when I
Oh,
finished
there you
writing my article.
Vic in the box against Guardians.
Vic in the
Vic.
box.
Vic in the box by as many points as humanly possible.
The U against the Potatoes.
Nah, I
U.
picked the U to go all the way, so the U.
The
Well,
U.
yeah, not all the way, but the way.
Pension Plan against Blitz Babes.
I think the plan wins on extra points.
Oh yeah, Pantry Plan, baby.
You know
I
what?
think this game goes to
I
overtime.
got a feeling though. I've been hot and cold, but give me Blitz Babes.
Overtime
Bruins against the Los Banditos.
Bruins.
Banditos with the upset.
Lost Banditos, but now found Banditos. It's a good thing we know where they are.
Wait, I'm not sure.
What's the matter with you?
Lost Banditos.
Okay, cool. Fighting Flamingos against the Pack.
Flamingos.
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 Practice Squad against Clinkers.
Well, Delaney's going to have plenty of time to do his Tuesday prep. Give me the practice squad team.
I agree
Practice squad as well.
because of Andrew Knott.
2 Flags, 1 Cup against Tough Lungs.
Ooh, 2 flags.
I'm going to go tough lungs.
2 flags, 1 win.
And in the quarterfinals for 6D, Sick Bick against Broke Boys.
Sick bag.
Sick Bick.
Broke boys.
Replacements against Quackers.
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 Sorry, I saw Eagle pick up a microphone and thought he was going to talk. Oh, perfect.
He's a disappointment.
Green Monster against Ball So Hard You.
The hardest balls.
Ball so hard to you.
Yes, sir.
And Air Force One against Sunday Touch Boys.
AF1.
Yeah.
Air Force One.
AF1.
So what I was going to say, and what I will now, is that for the playoffs, there's no such thing as a coin toss. The home team chooses what they want at the beginning of the game. So just keep that in mind. Only people who are eligible for playoffs may come, so just also keep that in mind. And there's 3 referees, so you're not going to get away with as much as you used to in the regular
And
season.
please have the same colored uniform.
To be
Not-
fair, the coin toss will still exist. You just don't get to partake in one.
It's the captain's meeting and not the coin toss.
Okay. Match words, please.
Mocon, is improv a disease? I think it is.
Good night, Virginia.
He's the worst. I really don't like
I
him
think
today.
Virginia would be the worst. I thought that was the best team money can buy.
Except